Doggies seem a little more awake right now. Hopefully they'll start to snuggle in and won't bark or run around or anything, but you know, we'll see. Okay, let's start with having our strap close and the blocks, if you wanted to, underneath the knees for support. Make some motions in the neck and the shoulders. Maybe twist until you can feel supported in your seat. Transitioning and ready to work a little bit. We're going to go through a pranayama twice that we've been doing this week, which is the Samavriti, tactile Samavriti with finger tapping. I think it's a really great way to transition in and out of practice. So how this works, I'll just give another quick rundown. Hopefully you can see me okay. I'm going to see, I'll turn my hand off to the side, but it's hard to see next to my yellow background, I'm noticing. So this finger tapping is the thumb tapping the tips of the finger as you inhale down the line from the pointer, middle, ring, and pinky, and then back down as you exhale. Tap, tap, tap. So it's a 4-count breath inhale. Excuse me. Wow. And a 4-count breath exhale as you tap through. So I'll just demonstrate what an inhale would look like. An inhale would look like inhale, tap 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then exhale, tap 1, 2, 3, 4. So with Samavriti, the equal breathing, we can also lengthen the breath. And if you just look at your fingers, you'll notice that you have these little creases underneath all of the knuckles. And this is a really great tool to use for elongating the breath. So if we wanted to elongate the inhale and exhale, you would tap and then slide your thumb to maybe the first knuckle, the second knuckle, or the third knuckle crease. So an inhale would look like this: tap, slide, tap, slide, tap, slide, tap, slide. Exhale, slide, tap, slide, tap, slide, tap, slide, tap. And you can go so on and so forth until you have a lengthening of breath that you like. So we'll just start with a couple of rounds of tapping the ends of the fingers and then slowly elongate the breath. And if you wanted to, you can go further. All right. I like to use my dominant hand. I'm going to try and use my non-dominant hand because I've been doing so much with my dominant hand. So once you're settled, we'll take an inhale and exhale. And then inhale, tap, 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 tap. Exhale, tap, 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 tap. Again, inhale, tap, and exhale. One more round like that. Inhale, exhale. We're going to elongate. Inhale, tap, and slide. Exhale, slide, and tap. Again. And then on your own, maybe elongating or staying with that length of breath. We'll do 3 more rounds. And at the end of the third round, you can just place your hands in your lap. And close the eyes. Maybe already noticing a shift. For me, generating more focus. Calming my breath. I'll let the chin rock down and the ear coming to the right shoulder. Just place the right hand down and sweep the left arm up and over. Love soft movements this morning. Holding for maybe a little bit longer. You can settle into the shape. And that doesn't mean that you have to be stagnant. You can always kind of roll through the head or the neck or find a little movement and then settle back in. Breaths off. Back to center, both hands down, chin to the chest. Left ear to left shoulder. Reach up and over. Inhale up. You might want to slide your blocks if you have them underneath the knees. Slide them out in front. Maybe even turn the blocks to their taller level as you forward fold. Let the head hang. Rounding through the spine. Press yourself up. Feel free to bring those blocks with you, and it won't matter which side you turn to first. So just pick a side to turn to, and we'll drape off to that side, letting the head hang. Or supporting, you could bend the elbow and capture the forehead if that feels safer for the neck. Bringing the blocks with you. Walk yourself around to your second side. If the legs are crossed and you wanted to, you could try the opposite leg. See if that has a different experience that you're enjoying. We'll stay again. press yourself up, maybe through center. And we'll unlace the legs. Go ahead and take your blanket. And we're going to roll our blanket up underneath the knees. And we're going to take our strap, bring the blocks, one to the outside of the right foot, and then one to the inside. And so you might be up a little bit higher, and that's okay. But we'll just start here with both blocks supporting. And you could turn them up a little bit. And again, we're going to do the same thing, except we're going to pour just over one leg at a time. So this is an 8-count breath. Rather than going through the middle, support behind the knees. So you have a tool here, now they're about halfway through, where if you have the blocks, you can kind of press the blocks back into your, and I'll turn to this side. So you can kind of press the blocks back into your roll, and that can maybe assist the chest further forward. Press down to lift the torso up. Bring your blocks the inside and outside of the other leg, and again, fold forward. Softening the thighs and maybe pressing those blocks back into this rolled up blanket slightly, and to help reach the sternum forward. And you can release and come on up. We're going to move the blocks to the side and then bring the legs in. So one option could be, I'll turn to the side, is just to bend the knees and you're using your roll to support underneath, or you could slide your roll forward and lift the feet up onto your roll. If that feels like it's hanging on the hips, you can slide your blocks underneath the knees. So create something that's stable. Then we're going to bring our strap out in front. So your legs could be further away than mine or closer. And it will start feeling the sits bones both pressing down. We'll bring our strap with us. You want to hold the strap on, I knew that was going to happen, at the thumbs. So you're pressing out like you're saying stop, and flexing. Just close the door. At the heel of the hand. Just never know with that guy. You're pressing at the heel of the hand, and then we'll slide the hands wider so they're at least as wide as your shoulders, if not a little bit wider. And then we're going to inhale, reach up, and exhale, down. So as you're moving up and down, try and keep that flex in the palm. We'll do 5 more. And this time we're going to take one long round here. This time when the arms are above the head, take the right arm towards the right ear and then start to swing the left arm behind you only until you feel that sensation of stretching. And just be aware that you're not rocking off to the side, but trying to bring the arm to the ear with the spine straight. And this will probably cause some discomfort, so just breathe into that discomfort. Still trying to flex the palms. And then unwind. Left arm to the left ear, slightly swing the right arm behind you. Come out of this the way we came in, the arms up, and then you can bring the hands down. We're gonna reach the arms out and then just wrap the right arm over the left and let the head drop, or just give yourself a nice big hug. And then open and switch. And then we'll take the hands together, interlace the fingers, and just draw some figure eights with the wrist. Or roll through the wrist. And then go the other way. And shake the hands out. Okay. So from here, you can slide back or start to slide and press the legs out. Middle toes there. And we've got the heels still up on the prop, on your rolled up blanket. And then we're going to take the blocks now on a corner underneath the knees. We still have that support there. Strapping the soles of the feet. Bringing the legs together as much as you want or just a little bit apart. And then we're just going to lift the chest and press the feet into your strap. And that's it. And we're going to hold here. With the blocks underneath the knees, you have a little bend to the knees. If you wanted to, you don't have to, you could crawl the hands forward slightly. Start to hinge at the waist. Halfway through, another 4 breaths. Maybe you wanting to walk your hands towards the feet a little bit more, softening the thighs or not. And then we'll lift up. You can move the strap out of the way. We'll move the blocks out of the way and put them close to the mat. You can slide the heels in. Take the hands behind you. We'll windshield wiper the knees back and forth. And then both knees to the right. We'll lift the chest. You're more than welcome to bring that prop back underneath the knee, one or the other, whichever one feels better. But we're going to shift our weight forward over the right shin. And we'll stay here for 8 breaths. Just let the weight of your body come forward. Another inhale and exhale. Work yourself up. Take the hands behind you. We'll do the same thing. Just let the knees windshield wiper back and forth a couple of times until the knees are off to your second side, and maybe bringing your prop with you, support underneath the knee, or I'm liking it out in front, and forward fold. Thinking about the breath coming between the shoulder blades. So the back side of the body lifts as you inhale and softens down as you exhale. Press yourself back up. I'm going to continue to use your rolled up blanket. And so you can place it along the middle of the mat, and we're going to lie back on it. This is where you might want a block for the head. So it'll just depend on the length of your torso and your comfort. You might like to have some more support underneath the neck as you lie back. You could have the knees bent. I want to feel the blanket pressing into the spine. So we're just going to start here. Knees bent or legs extended. If you didn't want to use the block, again, you can find your way. I kind of like having support underneath my neck, even if the head is on the floor. About 5 more breaths. Big breaths into the belly. One more inhale and exhale, just with the spine supporting you and the blanket supporting the spine. And then bring one arm over the head. We're going to move this blanket out of the way for a moment and roll back onto the back. If you wanted, you could slip it across now underneath the hips. If you like a little bit more support, we are going to move into a twist, so that's going to give your hips some more space to move. You could also do this with the bolster, but it's a pretty extreme hip rotation. So just decide, you can check out if you like having the blanket underneath the low back or not. And we'll start by hugging the right knee into the chest. You draw some circles with the toe in one direction and then the other. And we'll be coming back to this shape. Bring the left knee in to meet the right. Give yourself a nice big hug. And then you can bring the arms out to a cactus shape or bring the palms down. And you're going to allow both knees to come off to the side, off to your left. So what you'll see is that top leg kind of comes up a little bit. You could roll all the way off to the side and pause there. or peel the chest back open. Maybe block supporting underneath the right shoulder. But we'll stay here in your twist for another 6 breaths. Allowing everything that's touching the floor to get soft. Gently make your way back to that center. Planting the feet. Wanting to lift the spine, come back down, and then we'll hug the left knee and draw circles with the left ankle and toe. One way and the other. Then we'll hug the right knee into meet. Bring the arms back out to your T shape or whatever felt supported as you roll to your second side. Allowing the knees to naturally separate. Maybe peel the chest open. Big breaths into the belly, 8 long deep breaths. About halfway through. And as you move in your next inhale, roll back to center. We'll plant the feet. If you had the rolled up blanket, scoot it out of the way and reach for your strap. That's going to come in handy next. Just pause for a moment, the low back on the floor. Maybe feeling a cooling sensation. Wiggle the hips if you'd like. And we're going to repeat, hug the right knee into the chest. And now we're going to strap the sole of the right foot and kick the right foot up towards the spine. Bend and straighten the leg as many times as you need to. And you could keep a slight bend in the knee. We want the sensation of reaching out and up with the leg. So even if you're a little bit lower, press the leg into the strap and then lift. Allow the shoulders and head to be heavy. Make as much room for the hips as you need to if you want to heel toe the left foot out of the way. It's useful, again, using that rolled up blanket, you could place it underneath the left knee as you extend the leg. And here we are for another little bit. Three more long, deep breaths. Into the belly, softening the rest of the body as you reach the sole of the foot up. Reach through the whole leg. And slide both heels in as you bend that right knee. Before switching sides, just take the right hand to the right knee and make some big circles and roll around. Move any junk out of the hip there. Go the other way. Plant the feet if you like to using your blanket, switch it to the other side. Moving around so you can feel the whole low back pressing into the ground, and we'll switch left knee in. Once you've rolled through the ankle a couple of times, go ahead and strap the foot. And if it was useful, that idea of kicking out and then up, maybe do that a couple of times rather than just trying to kick up. Pausing. And the leg can be wider. Shoulders heavy. Long, deep breath. It's a great opportunity to notice if there's any tension in the jaw or the face or the tongue. Squinching the face around. Moving through the jaw, making weird faces. And then relaxing. Another deep breath. Soften through the left knee. Take a hold of that knee, and again, you bring the right foot in if it was extended so you can get lots more rotation in the hip. Go the other way. Moving the strap out of the way, we're going to plant the feet and get that spinal flush through our rolling bridges. Crowd favorite. So you can reach the arms above the head. Let's start with the arms reaching above the head. Just scoot there. So that you can get that full sensation of elongating through the side waist and through the low back. Planting the feet underneath the knees. And if you wanted to, today would be a great day to squeeze your block. So sometimes, I'm just going to pause for a moment. If you have a strap with a loop, like a belt, can strap behind the thighs. I like doing this as well. So rather than squeezing the block, you can make a belt around right behind the legs. And so you can get that sensation if you bring the legs up to the tabletop position that you're pressing out. So if you have your strap and you want to test that out, take a moment to get set up or use the block and then reach the arms above the head. So if you've got that strap, you're kind of pushing the legs into the strap. And then we'll inhale wherever you are, peel up, and exhale down. Inhale up, reach, exhale down. Matching this breath and movement. And adding in arms if you wanted to. I'm going to keep my arms above the head today. We're getting the sensation of reaching and lifting. Two more wherever you are. And then you can come on down. Hug the knees in. Release the strap if you were using it. You've got that loop off to the side. Heel to the feet wide. Release the low back by windshield wipering the knees. We're going to plant the right foot and hug the right knee in again. Bring the leg up to a tabletop position and reach the arms up. So just one leg at a time, tap the right foot and lift. Keep reaching the arms up, like you're trying to place something on a shelf that's too far ahead of you. One more of these taps with the right foot, and then we'll switch sides. Left knee up, 90-degree angle. Isolating just that one leg. Two more taps. And the arms can come down, legs can come down, roll and move in any way that feels good for you. And you can snuggle the hands underneath the low back and hug both knees into the chest. We're going to reach up and do some scissor kicks. Nice and slowly. And after this, we're going to get back into the upper body. One more each side. Legs can come down. You can press into the floor to lift the hips. Move the hands out of the way. We're going to grab our blanket again and roll off to one side. And now we're going to place the blanket underneath the upper back so that when you come down again, you've got it underneath the shoulders, and then you've got the arms out. Palms can face up. Sure, you've got enough space. I have to scoot down again. We're going to be rolling with the arms above the head, so you could have the knees bent if you wanted to, just creating enough space. So you reach up and out to the side. And bring the arms out to a T shape. And then you're going to draw a half moon with the right arm and then roll all the way off to the left. So the knees come to touch and the arms come to touch. And then you're going to inhale and roll back open. We're going to stay just with the right arm. Exhale. Roll off to the side. Drawing your half moon shape. Swing the arm back open. Keep going. You can see how this somewhat mimics what we were doing with the knees and our blanket underneath the low back. I think this is 5. We're just going to do 5 per side. And then back to center. Yeah, make sure you've got enough space. I kind of have a little corner here to work with. And when you're ready, opposite arm sweeps up and over, roll to the side, and then open back up. Exhale, roll. And open. Then about 5. Last one. And open. We're going to move our blanket. It can roll off to one side. We're going to move our blanket and slide it so that it's supporting underneath the neck. And we're just going to do really, really small movements. So it should feel like the whole back of the neck is supported and the low half of the body is comfortable. And we're just going to really slowly look left and right. I like to do this on the foam roller as well. It's a bit more intensive. But we're just going to look left and right. And then the next time that you look off to the right, you're just going to nod the head up and down. Soft, gentle nods. And then pause. Shoulders heavy. You're not doing much of anything. It's getting heavier, softening the breath. Jaw nice and heavy. Begin to rock and look left and right again. Look off to your second side, nod the head up and down. And pause. Couple more breaths. Rock your head back to center. Slide our blanket out from underneath the neck. Extend the legs. And then we're going to lift and hug and squeeze all the muscles to the bone of the right leg. Inhale, hold and squeeze. And then let the right leg come down. We're going to do the same with the left leg. Lift, hug, squeeze, hug all the muscles to the bone. And release. Right arm, lift, squeeze. And release. Left arm, lift, hug, squeeze. And release. We're going to do the right leg and the left arm. Lift, hover, hold, squeeze. And down. Left leg, right arm. And down. Now we're going to do both the right leg, right arm, hug and squeeze. And down, left side of the body, hug and squeeze. The whole body, lift, hover, squeeze. The face, and down. And then now, if you'd like to, you can squeeze and compress. And down. 2 more times, squeeze, compress. And down. Last one, hug, squeeze, compress. And down. We'll come back to our finger tapping. You might want to use both fingers, but we'll inhale, tap, 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 exhale, tap, 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 tap. Inhale. And exhale. Again. And maybe start to slide and elongate as you inhale, tap, slide. And down. Again. And down. Elongating if you want to, or stay with that length of breath. Keep going. Two more rounds, just Samavriti, staying with the equal inhale and exhale. And you can release the counting and the tapping. Just let the body rest. Deciding where you could soften and let the body be a little bit heavier. And you can stay right as you are for as long as you'd like. Just start to wiggle the hips and reach the arms above the head to give full body stretch. And when you feel ready, you'll roll off to one side and come up. When you're up, rolling through the shoulders and the neck. Maybe a gentle twist back and forth. And today we're going to end by reaching out and just placing the hands on top of the heart space. You can let the chin drop to the chest. Take a moment to thank yourself. Generating gratitude for the time you took to practice today. A moment of gratitude as you share this practice with others. As well as an acknowledgement to all of the teachers that brought us these practices over thousands of years and through so many different bodies all over the world. I hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Thank you for practicing with me today.